such an asshole.
I don't know how you old time dudes and military weirdos do this wake up at 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. in the morning bullshit every morning, and you all go to bed at like 8 p.m. How do you? It's not even rush hour right now. It's 7:20 a.m. here in Vegas. Feels like noon right now. I'm all fucked up. Like I'll go hiking. I can't go hiking. It's rush hour. And it's early rush hour. Like fucking get to work so I could get to the trails. You sheep. We have requests. And if you have requests, it's the asshole thing and the stuff, assholeconsulting.com. I think we have a military vet here. Dear Capmeister, state your price for a video response, please, and thank you. Here's my background. You could skip to the next paragraph, refer back if it becomes necessary to know my background. You may anonymize it as you see fit. Yeah, I got to anonymize some things because you have kind of a unique background. I got to bust your ball. He has an impressive background, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, he does. This guy over here. Except for one thing, and I'm going to bust your balls for it. He's a middle-aged black dude. He resides in a marginal state. Served in the military where he did a thing. He didn't like the thing. He was just good at it. I'll go through the rest of it here, which is quite impressive until we get to the last thing. Currently working in a field where you've done a lot of good. Currently going to school to become a registered nurse, and your job pays for the tuition. Well, the GI Bill doesn't? Or did you waste it on this thing I'm about to bust your balls for? No debt. Oh my God, where have all the good men gone? Homeowner, paid off, no mortgage. Oh my God, where have all... And ladies, I'm still... All these guys who keep emailing me, and they got their shit together. The offer is still out there, ladies. You could go to assholeconsulting.com, say, I'd like to meet a middle-aged black man who has his shit together. Assholeconsulting.com, email me. I've had several other men of various races and stripes and professions and just some true diversity, actually. I have an inventory of some highly qualified men that would make some great men. Let me tell you the number of emails I get from which I'd like to meet that man. None. I'll continue on with his resume. You girls let me know when you're ready to meet a good quality man here. No debt. House paid off. 2 cars paid off. Credit score above 800. I'll let you know when the first 30 emails come in. Single, never getting married, never having children. No, sad face. I buy as needed, but would love the ability to buy more frequently. I understand that, but you're saving a shit ton of money. You're just saving a lot. No retirement plan as of yet. Indecent. Well, wait, so you got everything else in shape, but you don't have the retirement plan? Well, I guess you are going to school, but I mean, you're middle aged. You didn't toss a couple bucks into an IRA or something? In decent physical shape, shorter than you, but taller than better bachelor. Yeah, I know the nerd. How dare you? I'm sorry, ladies. I'm sorry. He's under 5'9". Yeah, I know he's got the guy has a house paid off. It's crazy, I know. Yeah, but he's short. I know. We should shoot. Should we shoot him now or wait till we get home? God, that was a great cartoon. Shoot him now. Shoot him now. You don't have to shoot me now. It's not that he doesn't have to shoot you now. It's that he doesn't have to shoot me now. Go watch your fucking Adventure Time. Oh, occasionally I get momentary inspiration to take on an endeavor that might make me, in Tom Cruise's voice, lots and lots of money. Playa. I don't know if the word invent is justified, but I craft random things that make life easier in the smallest and simplest of ways. Example, food recipes. And then I'd like to mention the things you make, but I don't want to. I'll explain in a second why. These are not, you're not inventing the cure for cancer, but these are conveniences you invent. I only do shit like this when I find that nobody sells what I need. One time I thought up a way to do something. Oh, I didn't bust your balls. He has a bachelor's degree in instrumental jazz performance. Good for you, son. What? Out of curiosity, did you go to Berkeley? For a lot of people don't know, the Berkeley School of Music, not to be confused with Berkeley, where the adult Democrats shit the street in California. Okay, but going on. So you came up with a musical process, and you continue to describe it. Conventional music just won't do it. I presented a theoretical technique which involved computer and audio technology. Professor said if I actually materialized it, I would be in high demand. Okay, you are doing the worst things possible. All right. Let me tell you a story about ketchup. So you're old enough, you remember this, right? Remember when Heinz ketchup or mustard was in the glass bottle and you had to do the pap, 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 and then, oh, you hit it on the thing. It never fucking worked, right? So some genius says, hey, let's make a plastic bottle with a big ass cap so that it stands on the cap. And then you take the big cap off and then you just squeeze it and everything's right there. Now, I don't know who that was, but it was a simple invention. It was a convenience just like yours. I guarantee you he made millions of dollars. Unless the company just took his idea and ran with it, which is what I'm afraid you're doing. You told a professor this? Don't tell professors this. You never tell anyone your entrepreneurial ideas. Never, because they might take it. But professors who have nothing to do but sit there with their thumb up their ass all day, and they have access to professors in academia, they're very well connected with investor groups like hedge funds, maybe not hedge funds, but venture capital groups, startup companies, angel investors. And that is like the worst person to tell your ideas to. And so, number one, stop doing that. And number two, write your ideas down. Right? I don't have my to-do. Oh, here. My to-do list right here. There's not only a to-do list, but there's some ideas there. Maybe not the world's greatest entrepreneurial ideas, but one idea I had was called asshole consulting. And I'm going to go yell at the internet and tell people to buzz off because I'm going to charge them money. And then they won't send me requests for emails anymore. And it accidentally turned out to be one of the best entrepreneurial moves, accidental, I ever did. But I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget it. I'm not kidding. Bring a little pad of paper like this with you. I guess more modernly, a phone. If you come up with ideas like these, no matter how small or minor, write them down anyway. And write them down with enough notes and details you remember. Oh, yeah, that was that idea I had. And this is why I thought it would work. Because if you just write down something very shorthand and very quick, you probably forget what it is. I've done that several times. Write it down with enough contextual notes that you know what the little product is or the improvement on the process is. And then here's the next step. Sit down, go through your list and say, can I pursue these? And it's almost better that if the more simple they are, like either, oh, this is simple. Why would anyone? Dude, just like the bottle cap thing. You mentioned an accessory that goes into a pocket. That might actually be get yourself a prototype. And if it's simple, the better, because it's going to be cheap. You get yourself a prototype, right? You test it, you make it, and then you go patent it, right? And then you go look to sell it or manufacture it yourself. Now, you have, it sounds like you got a lot of ideas here. And it sounds like your brain's running and you're like, oh, wouldn't that be easier? And you even got the craftsmanship to go and kind of put a couple of these together, right? Probably just save your own time. That is a potential gold mine you are overlooking. And down the road here, you're going to ask, am I just wasting my time? No, man, you are not wasting your time. You're not, because it's ideas that lead well, I was going to say entrepreneurship and business products and services, that too, but just leads to efficient. Like it's the classic, do you want to work harder or smarter? And human innovation is what has accounted for the vast majority of our increases in standards of living. Otherwise, we'd still be using rocks and sticks and all that. And so if you want to, well, maybe don't make $1 billion, but you want to have a little bit of side money on the side that frankly is going to take a fraction of the work of you being a nurse. Like you're a nurse, you're going to be paid your whatever, $26 an hour. And you have to go, you have to test, you got to be there. You're going to have to deal with somebody with foot fungus, whatever it is. And then you're going to go back home. Whereas an entrepreneurial idea, if you make it work and it's affordable and the stars line up and you could find someone to buy out of the patent, dude, or you start making profits off of the product you sell yourself, or you sell the patent, but I get 40% and there's none of this hanky panky, whatever kind of bullshit where you sell it off to a subsidiary. But my contract isn't with the subsidiary. I mean, my point is you can make money the smart way, which tends to be the easier way because innovation is highly compensated if successful. And since that's how kind of I got to my, like dance classes, I know it's boring and dumb, but all right, okay, I'll go teach dance classes. Also, people sign up for it. I'm making decent money. Books, people don't want to hear books, in my opinion. Well, in books, a book isn't an innovation. We've had them forever. It's the ideas that go into the book. I think people might like this idea, this book. Oh my God, that they pay for ideas. And so, yeah, man, I would be writing this stuff down. I wouldn't be telling anybody. I would then evaluate which of your products is one, easy enough for you to get to market, and two, will make you the most amount of profit. Kind of balancing between how much time you got to commit to it and how much money it will make you. You may want to take a small idea. Like, I don't know about that. Let me, it's not going to take that much time. So this will be more experimental for me to go through the process. And if I make money, cool. If I don't, that's all right. It didn't cost me that much money, some patent fees, some material fees to try a prototype, some of my time making sales calls. And then that would be your like the guinea pig product. You do make all your mistakes on that. And then you're like, oh, this one I think has the most potential. Well, now you're versed in that process of entrepreneurship and what you got to do. But yeah, I'm all for it. I am all for it. If you're a single guy, no wife, no kids, you got a little bit of extra time there. Yeah, I'd be tinkering. I mean, what was it? Edison, light bulbs. I was gonna say Henry Ford, but he came up with the assembly line. But all those 1880s, 1890s type of guys that they were tinkering in the garage and they made the thing. Oh my God, what would we do without the thing? Well, we take thing for granted all the time now. I would absolutely do that. Absolutely. For reasons I won't bore you with, I have a rational belief that I am totally capable of such an endeavor. Sometimes when I share my creations with people, no, stop. No, don't say anything ever again. They respond by telling me how they wish they could buy it in stores. That's a good sign. It's not available. You have a problem. Other people probably have this problem. You came up with the solution. Everyone's kind of giving you a little bit of a green light here. They then follow up by asking me if I sell it. How much more of a big green light do you need? The answer is always no, because I only have time, energy, and desire to make enough only for myself. Well, if you're already making them, you got the prototype, right? And then it's just a matter of going and getting it patented through the U.S. Patent Office, and you got to pay some fees. It's like $750, I believe, for a patent. So it's not super cheap. Go look up on the internet how to do it right so you don't waste your time. But if you've already made one and you got the patent of the prototype, then you start going on to marketing. Then you start finding companies that would buy it or a way for you to individually manufacture it. I don't need to do any of these things because I'm living very comfortably under my current financial living conditions. My life situation is very stable and secure. Where have all the good men gone? I don't have much of a risk-taking personality, but when I think about inventions like the scrunchy hair tie, the frisbee, or the bendy straw, I almost feel guilty for not at least trying it out. Right, but and just so you know, this isn't like you got to go and borrow $20 million under your own personal name and open up a bendy straw factory. It, it really is dependent upon the product, but it could just be as simple as you sell it. You take a 10% commission on all sales going forward as a condition of selling it. And you just get a big payment up front and you get yourself a 10% dividend from there on out. So there's a way that you're not like going to quit your job as a nurse and go do this, but there is a way for you to go ahead and make some money. And keep in mind, a lot of industries have arisen, like for example, private label. I was thinking at one time doing what was I going to do? I was going to do a private label booze. I still won't tell people the idea because it's actually quite clever. But I'm not going to, you go find a distillery that does white label instead of printing off their label and putting their label on it. They take their exact same booze, they print on your label, and you sell the booze. So I would go poke around. I would absolutely come up with a list, prioritize them. Okay, this is my trial run. This will be the one I just tinker with and make my mistakes with. Cost me the least amount of money and time. Then once I figure out these are my 2 or 3, these are the main ones I'm going to do. And then, yeah, I just start selling them to the market. These inventions are stupid simple, yet they made their creators stupid rich. Yep. Should I take the leap? Should I play it safe? I think you can still play it safe. You don't have to borrow billions of dollars. I think there should be a way for you to look, there's nothing. First, get a patent. Okay, that's the first thing. Then just manufacture them and start selling them on Amazon, on the internet, right? See how that goes. By the way, it's going to be a pain in the ass. You got to go out you got to mail them, right? You got to make 40 of them. You got to drop them off at because like when people say, oh, can I get a signed book? I'm like, that's $100. Why so expensive? Because I got to order the book. Then I got to sign the book. Then I got to mail the book back out. And that's usually the most expensive part. And then there's my time. So shipping them out is going to be the pain in the ass. But let's say you find a manufacturer that manufactures your hair tie and they will ship it out, right? They do everything, ordering, fulfillment, and delivery, and you get a 40% cut. There you go. You even got the market. I mean, Amazon, you just become a merchant on Amazon. Sell it on Amazon. You're in the biggest marketplace right now. So I don't think you're going to be taking that big of a risk. I don't think you're going to be spending that much money. And you can always do a first original, small batch, see how quick it sells. And be like, oh, okay. Then I should build more. Or you make 5 of these widgets, you don't sell a single one of them. You're like, okay, now I know not to do that. What doth thou think if I think this is absolutely, you should absolutely do it. As long as it's intelligent and doesn't cost you too much of your time and money. And I'll tell you, a lot of your ideas probably fail. You just need one. You just need one. And since this is such really the invention, and since your products are simple, you're not talking big money here to build a prototype, let alone even maybe manufacture them. But if they're clever enough and they're good enough, like a frisbee, like the slinky. I mean, like who cares? It's a harmonica looking thing, but it just goes down the stairs. I think you should do this. Absolutely. Just do not tell anyone about it. All right. Link below is my Amazon affiliate link, by the way. You go to olderbrother.com/donate. You don't have to donate. But on that website is a link to my Amazon banner. Click on the Amazon banner and do all your online shopping there. Do not use the phone. The phone is evil. Do not just go to Amazon.com. Go to olderbrother.com/donate. Click on the Amazon banner. Then you can do your shopping. Do I log in first or do I do my shopping? It doesn't matter. I get a 5% commission and cut, and you don't pay anything extra Jeff Bezos and McKinsey do. All right, that's it. I'll see you guys later. Toodles.